Hello, students. In this class, we will see the exercise 7.2 from coordinate geometry chapter. We have seen a section formula, midpoint formula, and the ratio m1 m2 or m is to n. We'll just recap and before we go to the exercise. So, section formula says if p of xy is a point and a of x1 x2 and b of y1 y2 are the points and p of xy divides ab in the ratio mn, then the section formula looks like the one which is in the slide. Mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. If the ratio is k is to 1, it reduces to m is equal to k, n is equal to 1. Then section formula, same section formula reduces to this k x2 plus x1 by k plus 1, k y2 plus y1 by k plus 1. We'll be using them accordingly in the problems. You'll come to know once we start the exercise. What if the ratio is m is to n? Ratio reduces to 1 is to 1 means the p of xy is a midpoint of a and b. Means there is a line AB and p is a midpoint. Okay, x1 y1, x2 y2. Then the coordinates of p of xy reduces to this because ratio will be 1 and 1. Therefore, m is to n is 1 is to 1. Wherever m is there, put 1, n is there, put 1, then reduces to midpoint formula. It is called midpoint formula x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay. The ratio can be found by this formula. If directly everything is given, means A is given, B is given, P is given, all 3 points coordinates is given. If they ask ratio, you can use the section formula. You can use the ratio k is to 1 formula. Directly also you can use this formula x minus x1 by x2 minus x, y minus y1 by y2 minus y. This will be little easier compared to section formula if only ratio is asked. Okay. We'll move to the exercise. We'll see a few questions from exercise. See, find the coordinates of the point which divides the ratio minus 1, comma 7, 4, comma minus 3 in the ratio 2 is to 3. Means ratio is given, AB are given, P of xy is asked. So we have to find the section formula. Okay. It's a straight substitution and simplification. Let's see. So we'll say let A of minus 1, comma 7, B of 4, comma minus 3 and P of P is asked actually, right? The ratio is given. That is m is to n is equal to 2 is to 3. So we know this is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. Therefore, P of x comma y is how much is the question. Understood? Means if you want to know how it is in the geometrical representation, A is given minus 1, 7, B is given 4 minus 3. The ratio part is given 2 into 2 is to 3. That is, this is 3, this is 2. Okay, understood? We'll use the section formula. By section formula, what do we get? P of x comma y equal to mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. Please do write the formula properly once. Then mi2 plus ny1 by m plus n. We have x1, y1, mn, all the values in the which we need for substitution. Just substitute that. Just see. Please, while substituting, make sure you consider the points properly because the coordinates may have minus in it. So m is what? 2. I put a dot because it's a into sign. x2 is 4 plus n is 3, x1 is minus 1 divided by m plus n is 2 plus 3. Similarly, m is 2, y2 is minus 3, plus n is 3, y1 is 7 divided by m plus n, that is 2 plus 3. Understood? You assign like this the values x1, y1, whatever you see here. Okay. Then you will have a clear idea while substitution, what you are substituting. 2 into 4, 8. Now its part is to simplify and get the values. 2 4 is 8 plus 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. So plus into minus minus 2 comma 2 plus 5 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5, sorry. 2 minus 3 is 6 plus 2 7 3 7 is 21. 2 plus 5 3 is 5. Okay. So it comes 5 by 5 and minus 6 plus 21 is how much? 15. 15 plus 6 21, that is plus 15. 5 1 ja 5 1 ja 5 1 ja 5 3 ja. Therefore the coordinates of the point which divides AB is 1 3. Therefore you just say at the end required coordinates of the point, required coordinates of the point, coordinates of the point. Just please have habit of justifying the answer. I mean the conclusion is very important. You need to conclude the problem solution here. Okay, it's very simple. Let's just recap. Once the 2 points, the JB are given and the point ratio is also given. If they ask the coordinates of the point which divides these two, the line segment joining these 2 points, just use the section formula. Okay, we'll move to the next question. Second one, find the coordinates of the points of trisection of the line segment joining the points. Means there is a line, I'll just explain here. There is a line AB, okay, which points are given. A is 4 minus 1, B is minus 2 and minus 3. Okay, please pay attention. It is a very important point. Mark this as important here in the notes. Trisection they have given. It's not a bisection. So trisection means it will be divided into 3 parts. The line segment joining AB will be divided into 3 parts. We don't know the ratios. We'll keep it as it is. It is divided into 3 parts. I'll call the points as P of xy. Okay, P of xy. Okay, and Q also I'll call xy only. We'll be solving one by one. So no worries if they repeated. Okay. Then trisection means the parts which the points divided the AB are all equal. Means the ratios will be 1 1 1. Okay. Please pay attention. Here the line segment AB is divided into 3 parts. First part is AP, second part is PQ, third part is QB. So if you want to apply the section formula, we need 2 parts. Means A to Q, if you apply section formula, A1 X1 A ratio become A1 is to 1, M is to 1. M is to N means 1 is to 1. Okay. So let's see. We'll call the points. Let AB 4 minus 1, BB minus 2 minus 3. Okay. Then see, if you want to consider the ratio, because we want to apply section formula, means we need 2 sections. So first we'll apply, I'll write here A, B and we'll consider P point. Okay. The ratios remain, the coordinates remain same. What will be the ratio? This is 1. What about P to B? It is divided into 2 parts which are equal. So this ratio will become 2. This part P to B becomes 2. Therefore, we'll write AP is to PB equal to 1 is to 2. That is M into N, M is to N ratio becomes 1 is to 2. Clear that? Because PB is divided by Q again. Therefore, P to B ratio becomes 2. Okay. Therefore, we'll say let P divides AB, let Let P divides AB in 1:2, right? Now we'll apply a section formula for P of xy. P of x comma y is equal to m x2 plus n x1 by m plus n. Similarly, m y2 plus n y1 by m plus n. Here m is to n is this ratio. Okay. These are x1 y1, x2 y2. Okay. This is x1 y1. This is x2 y2. By figure you can understand, right? Let's substitute. M is what? 1. X2 is what? X2 is minus 2 plus n is 2, x1 is 4 by m plus n is 1 plus 2. Similarly, m is 1, y2 is minus 3. Minus 3. Okay, 1 second. It's comma. M is 1, y2 is how much? Minus 3. Okay, you're getting the points. Plus n is 2, y1 is minus 1 divided by m plus n means 1 plus 2, right? 1 plus 2. So 1 into minus 2, minus 2, 2 into 4, 8, 1 plus 2, 3, minus 1, 3 into 1, minus 3, plus 2 into minus 1, minus 2 by 3 again, 2 plus 3. This is 6 by 3 if you simplify, and this becomes 5 by 3. Okay. So if they cancel, cancel it. Otherwise, leave as is. So 2 comma minus 5 by 3 is the point which divides AB such that first part is 1 ratio, second part is 2 ratio. Means one of the point coordinates we found. Let's find the coordinates like same way Q coordinates. Okay. Is this understood? Here trisection means you have to divide the line into 3 parts. While pick one part, one coordinate point first, then the second one. The ratio you need to add accordingly. We'll see the next part of the same question. Okay, I will remove this part. Okay, remove this part, remove this, I'll remove this. Okay, let me remove this whole thing. Okay, now we'll just alter it. I'm just altering it, same part. Okay, let's see. Now the second part of the question to calculate B is here Q. Means P here was there. So what is the ratio of A to Q is 2 and Q to B becomes 1. I hope you understand this. Because all three parts are 1 each in the ratio. A to Q means 1 plus 1, 2. Q to B 1. Then the ratio becomes how much? It is 2 is to 1. 2 is to 1. Just substitute the values in the formula. Let here Q divides AB in 2 is to 1. Therefore, Q of x comma y becomes the same ratio 2 is to 1 now. So M is what? 2, x2 is minus 2 plus n is 1, x1 is 4 by 2 plus 1. Then M is again 2 here, y2 is minus 3, n is 1, y1 is minus 1 by 2 plus 1. Okay. Minus 2 into 2 is minus 4. Then 1 into 4 is 4 by 3. Minus 2 into minus 3 is minus 6. Plus 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. So this gets cancelled. 0 by 3 is 0. Minus 1 minus 6 is minus 7. by 3. Okay, these are the points. Therefore, we'll just conclude that required points. Okay, P and Q, just conclude that. Therefore, required points are P and Q. Just write the coordinates what we obtained it. Required points are P of, if you remember that it is 2 comma minus 5 by 3 and Q of 0 comma minus 7 by 3. Minus 7 by 3. Okay. This is very important question. Please pay attention. There is one example of the same type. Coordinates are different. Okay. We'll move to the next question. Third one. To conduct sports day activities in your rectangular shaped school, ABCD lines have been drawn with the chalk powder at a point 1 by 4, 1 by 4. This looks like a application problem. We'll just see this later. It's not that important. I'll give a solution to it later. Okay. Let's move on to the fourth one. We can solve that. That's not a problem. Separately, I'll take that as application formula. Next, moving to the fourth. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining the points. Ratio is asked here. 2 points are given and divided by the point minus 1 by 6 means what they have given is A, B, P of minus 1 comma 6 is given, A of minus 3 comma 10 is given, B of 6 comma minus 8 is given. Means this is x1, y1, x2, y2, this is xy. Okay. So let we just assume same way. Let A be minus 3 comma 10, B be 6 comma minus 8, PB minus 1 comma 6. The ratio is asked. You just see the formula here. M is to n means m by n is x minus x1 by x2 minus x, y minus y1 by y2 minus y. We just write this again. Therefore, what is asked? M is to n is question mark. Therefore, m by n is x minus x1 by x2 minus x. We have to calculate both using x1 y1 x2 y2 coordinates. So x is what? How much? X is p's coordinate minus 1 and x is minus 1, x1 is a's coordinate minus 3, minus of minus 3, minus of minus 3 by x2 is 6 minus x is minus 1. So minus 1 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 2 plus 7. Similarly, we find m by n is equal to y minus y1 by y2 minus y. What is y? Is 6 minus y1 is 10 divided by y2 is minus 8 minus y is 6. Okay. 6 minus 10. My mistake, I guess. Y minus y1. What is the formula? Just remember y minus y1 by y2 minus y1. It's y2 minus y. Y is 6 minus y1 is 10. Okay. Okay, let's see. Minus 4 it is. It's proper substitution only. 6 minus 10 is minus 4 by minus 8 minus 16 is minus 14. Okay, minus minus cancel. 2 2s are 2 7s are 2 by 7. Please make sure you calculate the ratio if all the 3 points are given using this formula. It is quite easy, only substitution. Don't just do once for x1, y, x2, y, x. You have to do for both the ratios here. Means you have to consider all 3 points and you should get the same answer here. We just conclude it that for required ratio is 2 is to 7, right in the ratio format, though we got in the fraction format. Fraction is nothing but a ratio. Okay, it's a straightforward question. You have to remember this formula: x minus x1 by x2 minus x, y minus y1 by y2 minus y. Okay, understood? We'll move to the next question. Fifth one. Find the ratio in which the line segment A and B joining the points A and B is divided by the x-axis. Also find the coordinates of the points of the division. Here the point P, it is on the x-axis now. Okay, that means there is a there are points A, B here. See 1 comma minus 5 and minus 4 comma 5. That is x1 x2, sorry, y x1 y1 x2 y2. Okay, so here supposed to be point P is nothing but your x-axis, they said. This is x-axis, they said. So point on x-axis will be of the form, if you remember, it will be of x comma 0, because every coordinate, y coordinate on the x-axis will be 0. Don't get confused that I have drawn x-axis as vertical here, though we know in the coordinate plane it comes in the horizontal form. Okay, so now we have everything. See, means P is there, A is there, B is there. We can find the ratio using the same formula, right? So we'll just write here, let A of 1 comma minus 5, B of minus 4 comma 5 and minus 4 comma 5. We know that we know that the point on the x-axis is of the form x comma 0, right? We know that point on x-axis is of form p of x comma 0. Okay, so we'll calculate the ratio now. Therefore p of x comma 0 equal to, okay, we'll see the ratio we they want, right? Means so we have to use, if you want to, so we don't know the ratio, right? First we can find the ratio. Hmm. Let's see. The ratio is m by n is equal to, why it's doing trouble, m by n is equal to, let me take a second here, please. M by n equal to x minus x1 by x2 minus x. What is x here? X is x only, because if you see here, this is xy, if you remember. X minus x1 is 1 by x2 is 0. Okay, x is what? X. Okay, that is minus 1, means x minus 1 by minus x. Okay, otherwise we can use the direct section formula here, which is, see, we'll assume the ratio k is to 1 because there is an unknown here, x is an unknown. We can use a ratio formula which is k is to 1, then we solve this, kx2 plus x1 by k plus 1, ky2 plus y1 by k plus 1. Okay, okay. So we write here P of xy equal to, we don't know the ratio, right? So we can assume the ratio. Let ratio be k is to 1. Therefore, formula becomes k x2 plus x1 by k plus 1, k y2 plus y1 by k plus 1. Okay, just validate it. K x2 plus x1 by k plus 1, k y2 plus y1 by k plus 1. We'll substitute it here. We know the point now, p of x comma 0, right? Because this point is on the x-axis. So substitute it. K we don't know, we'll write it k. X2 is how much? Minus 4 plus x1 is 1. Okay, divided by k plus 1 is how much? K plus 1 only. K plus 1. K plus 1. Comma. K same. K plus 1. K remains same. Y2 is 5 plus y1 is minus 5 by k plus 1. So becomes minus k4, 4k, my mistake. Coefficient should be behind the variable, plus 1 by k plus 1. 5k plus into minus 5 is minus 5 by k plus 1. Remember, this is very important problem. So now we have these values. So what we can do is, since we have a y coordinate as 0 on the point P, we can equate. Means when two points are given, right? For example, I'll explain here. X comma y is equal to 2 comma 3 means x becomes 2, y becomes 3. We can equate it, the values. Okay, that is x equal to 2, y equal to 3 here. Okay, so similarly, if we see here, if I equate x equal to first coordinate of the in the bracket, we don't get the value because x is unknown, k is unknown. Therefore, what we have to do is second coordinate 5k minus 5 by k plus 1 should be equated to 0 so that we know get the k. Therefore, 5k minus 5 by k plus 1, therefore 5k minus 5 by k plus 1 equal to 0. You transpose k plus 1 to the right hand side, 0 into k plus 1 it becomes 5k minus 5 equal to 0 of k plus 1. Therefore, 5k minus 5 is 0 multiplied by anything is becomes 0. Therefore, 5k is equal to 5, k is equal to cancels 1 times k is equal to 1. Therefore, ratio we get is required ratio is equal to 1 by 1, right? K is 1. Therefore, the ratio what we assumed, k is to 1, right? So, k is 1. So, 1 is to 1 will come. So, the ratio is 1 is to 1. So, this is how we find the ratio. Also, they ask the find the coordinates of the point of division. Coordinates of the point of division means you have to find the p of x0 here. Y coordinate is 0, but you have to find the x coordinate there. So what you have to do is you have to substitute k and equate to the x value here. Okay, understood? Please make a point here. It's very important question. So we get to find the coordinates of the point, we equate to x equal to minus 4 of k is what 1 plus 1 by k is what 1 plus 1 means x equal to minus 4 plus 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2. Therefore, required point is what we assumed, x of x comma 0. What is the x value we got? Minus 3 by 2. So, minus 3 by 2 is the required point. Understand this, please. Here, please pay attention that x-axis. There are two things to remember in this problem. If a line intersected by or divided by x-axis means you have to assume the point as x comma 0 because y coordinates will be 0 on the x-axis. After that, you apply k:1 ratio formula, then equate because the point is x comma 0. Equate to the one which we get the value of k. Okay, once you get the value of k, equate to the other one, that is x and this part, get the value of x, and together you say coordinates of the point required. Okay, thank you.